was the highlight of your trip?
Well, the highlight mostly came on end of GM. There was a great impact. Uh, it was the highest I have ever seen, but also one of most heartbreaking for me for the trainings. But everything.
What showed you that it was the highest? What did they do? How did they respond?
We end a gentleman who said, it is an old man who said, if I find somebody doing this to my girl, I will put a spear inside his heart.
Okay.
So it showed how deep it went. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It was great. It was great to see the men this time coming around and saying that they cannot allow this to happen never again in their life.
Now, this is still the same culture that puts their daughters outside after 10 years of age. Is that correct?
Yes, it is the same culture, the Maasai culture mostly. When the girls are 10 years old, they don't allow them to sleep in their parents' house. And you know, the manyata they build, a manyata is a common fence which houses different housing. So a girl is not supposed to sleep in the same house with the parents. So when they reach 10 years old, they literally tells them to go and sleep outside where there is no bed, there is nothing. They just put the cow skin down. They just sleep anywhere they could. Those who try to protect themselves, they will get raped. But the basic thing is the rape cases. Most of them, they start getting raped even before they know what is sex. So they go through all those kind of stuff even without their knowledge. By the time they come to realize, they already have 2, 3 kids.
And you sent some pictures of that, right? I mean, it's literally right outside their house. It's like attached to the house, but outside.
Yes, and some don't even have that attached to the house. So they just go outside and sleep just outside anywhere. They don't care where you are going to sleep. So it was starting for me to see the girls sleeping outside. And when I talked to them, I approached one girl. Remember the girl who was raped and she's 10 and she had to drop out of school. And I talked to her and she cried. She said she wants to go back to school. So I want to encourage her and tell her pregnancy does not stop you from going to school. It just delays your time in school. So you'll give birth and you go back to school. And I talked to the mother and I asked the mother, are you willing to take care of the baby so that your girl can go to school? And she said yes. So I asked her, why did you allow the girls to sleep outside? And she said it's a culture, there's nothing they can do about it. When I talked to the girl, I asked her, do you know the father or the person who impregnated you? And she said no. I asked her why. She said it's because many people sleep with her, they rape her, sometimes relatives, and sometimes just passers-by because she's sleeping outside and she cannot scream, she's all alone. So I asked her, do you like to have somewhere, a room or somewhere you can just confine yourself when you are sleeping? And she said to the affirmative that it will even save the other girls. And so a previous week before I went for the end of GM, I called about 6 families and asked them, do you think this is good? And they said, we are used to the culture. And so I asked them, what if we come up with a new culture of attaching a smaller room to the main house so that you can have your girls sleeping there. And when the girls go inside, they can have a small makeshift bed and makeshift door so that they can close the door from inside. And if they are sleeping, many of them like 2 or 3, rarely will they be raped by anybody because whoever comes will be afraid of entering a room where we have 3 girls. So I engaged 6 families, and fortunately, by the time I went, most of them they were up and building the houses, and one of the house was complete. The house for the girl called Patient, where the girl, not Patient but Blessing, the girl who got impregnated. The mother, because of the pain, and build a house so that the other two girls cannot go through what this other girl went through. So it's a project that I'm starting on, giving them incentives that if you build a house for the girl, I'll bring for you a mattress, a blanket, and some sanitary towels. This gives them that challenge to continue building. At least it will continue making the community to see there is a need to build a room for the girls.
And so they pay for the room, but you will bring the mattresses and all the other things.
Yes, yes, yes.
And how much is that in US dollars per child?
I calculated to be per room to be $100 that will buy a mattress and bed sheets and blanket and a package of sanitary towels, which can take them for a whole year.
So this young girl was Blessing? That was her name?
Yes, Blessing.
Boy, my heart breaks for this girl. Does she know how many times she's been violated? I mean, is it just a nightly occurrence?
No, it happens any time. I mean, you can't know when the men will come. If you remember the last time I gave you a story of the 5-year girl who was married, and by the time she was married, she was not a virgin because she was raped younger than 5 years. So you cannot know when they start going through because they don't share, they don't talk over this. It's kind of they are used to. So even when we are approaching them on the matters of sex and rape cases, they don't want to share it because they don't have anyone to open to. They can't open to their mothers. They don't talk to their fathers because nobody seems to. I mean, it doesn't ring to their mind how bad it is. But when we go to train them, you will hear them talking about school dropout, early pregnancies. But if you ask them where it comes from, they don't have a good answer.
Any other highlights?
That's on the FGM. We end around 183 people who attended the meeting, and we end men confessing that they will never allow. After viewing the video of the 5-year-old girl being cut and what they said, we didn't know that this happens to our girls. We are just told that it is something small, but after viewing the video, what happens, we will never allow this. There is a man, I sent a video, there is a man who said, from today, none of my girl will be cut. And if you cannot marry uncut girl, I will stay with my girls. If you want to marry them, come knowing that I'm not going to cut any of them again. And she said, now I am old. If I was a woman who was with young daughters, I could not cut them at all. So it was a plus to see a medic, a trained local medic woman talking about it and telling them how harmful it is. It was a very much a plus for us.
That is wonderful. Did you get to show the Jesus film?
Yes, I saw. I showed the Jesus film on one village. At least we had around 7 people who gave their life to Jesus. And then the next day, I went to another village just nearby, whereby they had lost somebody has died in that homestead. And so I took that opportunity to minister to them. And at the night, I showed Samson film.
Yeah. And you had a team of how many people? 6 people?
We went 7. We went 7 of us. And also it was a good thing to see my 2 Timothys training on their own while I sat back, just watching over them on how they were doing.
Good job, David.
It was good. Yeah, yeah.
And what was the name of the village?
Entasopia.
Got it. I assume Google Maps will show it to me.
Yeah, one thing that broke my heart was to see a pastor who is also a lady saying that this is our culture and we are not going to stop our culture, cutting our girls. That broke my heart completely because she is a pastor and again, she is advocating for the cut. So we had a deep talk and she went home still 50-50. But I said, I've planted a seed and God will make it to grow. I don't know. And then also there's a certain old woman who stood up and said, he asked the women, if right now you are called again after watching that video and you are told that you're going for the cut again, are you sure you will wait for it or you will run for your life? And everybody said, no, we cannot be cut again. And then she asked them, then why are you cutting your girls? Just because of stigma, just because of fear they want to get married? And some.
Okay, well, I can't think of anything else. Is anything you want to add or conclude, or?
No, just to say, the project 97 also we managed to touch windows and people with disability, and also people who are sleeping hungry. We managed to get several houses to give them food. On issue of sanitary towels, we also managed to give around 302 girls. The good thing is the schools were closed, so we managed to get the girls in one place and just talk to them about abortion and FGM, though we did not show them the video, but we involved them much on the talk. And we managed to understand that what is eating them much is the stigmatization that if you are not cut, you're not going to get married, your father will not get dowry, all those kind of stuff. But we managed to talk to them. It is one of the things that helps me when we are talking with the girls. They open up and I am able to understand the problems and the issues that they are going through. So the last thing I just want to say, thank you very much for working with us and just touching a soul and touching a heart and giving somebody hope. Sometimes it's not about the money, but it's just about seeing us and us talking to them that they can see there is still life, that they can still achieve their goals. I think that is the most important thing, just to give them that hope.
Okay, brother, thank you.
Thank you very much, and say hi to them.